Welcome back to Roam Away From Home. We're Taylor, Mike, Ziggy, and Ditto, and this video gives you all the details of what we bought at Decathlon. Every single item is what we're going to be using on our amazing race-themed trip to Austria, Slovenia, Croatia, and Germany. And we can't wait to show you the details of why we chose the specific backpacks for this trip, as well as some clothing along the way. Let's get right into it. I wanted to show you everything that we got at Decathlon so you can get an idea of the kinds of products you can get there too, especially if you're planning an outdoors adventure trip. And our backpacks were the main thing. That was the main thing we want. We also each wanted to get two outdoors workout outfits so that we can wear them on our travel days because we're taking a lot of trains and we're going to be walking and hiking a lot. Starting with Mike's clothes, and he got two of these pairs of shorts. These are really nice because they are stretchy on the sides, so they're a flexible fit. They're super lightweight. A key to our trip is that we are going to be only packing in our backpacks, and we're trying to keep it super lightweight throughout every country we go to. He got two of the exact same pairs of shorts. And what I always say is, if you really like something, it fits you really well, get two of them, get them in multiple colors, because you never know if you're gonna find that fit again, which has happened to me a lot. The shorts are Quechua brand. He got two matching shirts. These are Decathlon store brand. So at Decathlon, you're gonna find a range of products. They're gonna go from the most affordable to most expensive. The most expensive brand that I saw there was actually CrossFit brand, like the brand, registered trademark CrossFit. And they had a crop top that was 65 euros. Decathlon is going to be the store brand, and it's going to be the most affordable and really good quality stuff as well. I believe this shirt was €2.50 or €3, so a lot more affordable compared to Quechua brand is one that's very popular, and also in Decathlon, I would say this is a middle of the line price point. So this shirt was €15 for Decathlon. That is quite expensive in my opinion for an athletic shirt, but this one fits really well and it has some cute GPS coordinates, so I think it is worth it. It's more packable. If you look at how small each of the shirts pack, this takes up less space than this, and it's a little bit lighter material. So Mike got two of the Decathlon store brand shirts and then one of the Quechua. He also ended up getting this navy sun hat, but he was wearing it at the time and I forgot to record it once he got back home. Items. I got one pair of hiking shorts. These shorts are really awesome. They have a buckle in the front, so they won't fall down, and you could load up the pockets. Lots of pockets. Lots of pockets. I think I'm gonna do YouTube shorts of trying on these different clothes, so you can stay tuned. I'm gonna do it with more of all the outfits I'm bringing to Slovenia. Here is another tank top that I got. I liked this because it's super lightweight, but it's kind of cute. It has a little design in the front, and it also has a little eye hole feature in the back, so it's nice and breezy. This will be what I'm probably going to be wearing on our travel days. And I got a sports bra. Now, the sports bras at Decathlon, if you are larger chested and need a lot more and need support, the sports bras are going to be more expensive there. If you need light to middleweight support, you can find some decent sports bras there. I also buy my sports bras at Lefties. They actually have a pretty decent athletic brand. So here's this. The main thing I wanted to show you were our backpacks we got. We got this backpack for daily life. We've been wanting an insulated backpack. Decathlon is where all our friends recommend getting them. The insulation on the inside, it has a spot for ice packs, so you put your ice packs in here and then you can tighten up the backpack. This is so nice for going to the beach. The insulated backpacks, you can have a variety of sizes. They ranged from €7 to this one was 20, and then they had some that were bigger and more hardy that were more expensive. Here in Lagos, if you're going to get beer on the beach, it tends to be more expensive. Like at the beach bars, you're going to be paying anywhere from honestly like €3.50 to €5 and maybe even more for a beer on the beach. So instead, you can bring your own drinks to the beach, fill it up in an insulated backpack, and then have cold beers and beverages or just snacks. Because the beach bars tend to be more expensive in Portugal, a lot of people will bring a packed lunch to go. And a ton of restaurants here in Lagos actually specifically advertise that they do beach lunches to go. So you can like go get a focaccia sandwich and some cold beer and put it in here, take it to the beach. And it's honestly a perfect beach day. This is the size. 20 euros at Decathlon. You can find them for more affordable prices, but we wanted to have a kind of middle of the line quality bag. The big boys. All right, so this is Mike's pack. His pack was 70 euros. Now I'm going to say that I don't think we have ever spent as much as we spent at this Decathlon trip in Portugal. So this is something we saved for, and we knew that we were going to be spending a little bit more money on these packs, but they are absolutely going to be worth it. We tried them on in the store to make sure that they fit really well. So here's his pack. I'm gonna show you this part because I feel like it's the most important. It's a 50 liter. One thing to keep an eye out for these packs is they do have gender specifications on the tags, and this makes a huge difference. I noticed that anytime I tried on a unisex or a men bag, it did not fit me at all. On the hips, it was falling right about here on my hips, and it was very uncomfortable when I tried it on with weights. So one thing that we both wanted to make sure that we had was a really good back support that would be able to spread across the weight. A padded hip strap was important, as well as a chest strap. So this has all of them. You can see it's really well padded. This part specifically, the hip strap, is what helps really spread out the weight. Both of our packs have a valuables section, like a little easy access section here. Both of the packs are accessible from the front. I tried on some packs that only had the top opening. So you could, the zipper here didn't exist, and you could only access it through the top. Now, from our experience with our friends that do backpacking, like through Everest and stuff, then being able to access the entirety of your pack makes a big difference when you have it fully loaded. We aren't going to be tent camping, so we don't have a lot of the extra items that people are going to be bringing, that people would bring on a backpacking trip. But what's really cool about both of our bags is they have a separate compartment at the bottom where we're going to be putting our shoes or stuff like that. We're still kind of figuring out how to pack everything and what's the most efficient way. If you have any tips, put it in the comments. I'd love to learn more about the most efficient way to pack a backpack. You can kind of see from Mike's pack how low it sits on me. It feels like it's halfway down my butt already, but it's still really nice pack. So Mike's was 70, and he also tried one that was 40, but the 40 euro one just didn't quite have the padding, and it also was really, really big. So we didn't need 70 liters. This is a 50 liter. That's the max size. Honestly, we could have gone with 40 liter. Here is my pack. Both of them are the same brand. Simond. I don't know exactly how to say what language it's in. If it's in Portuguese, it's Simund. But both of them are the same brand. Mine is a 45 plus 10 liter, and here is the women's tag. I tried on a variety of packs at every price point from 30 euros to mine, which is 110 euros. And I did not expect to spend 110 euros on my pack, but after trying them all on, with the weights, which was such a critical part of the decision, was actually trying them on with the weights inside because they felt a lot different. This was the only one that really didn't cause me any pain. I have had for the last several years a backpack that causes me a lot of back pain, and it's been an issue for our travels. That was another reason that we want to do this. I'm bringing this pack with me on every trip, not just to Austria, Slovenia, and Croatia. I'll also be bringing this with me when I go to visit my family and go on other trips, even if it's just for a weekend, because of how well it distributes the weight. And I'm sick of having back pain. This one is higher. And the way that the straps on the hips fit, they snug me like above my hip line. And that is what made it so that it felt super comfortable. Because this is a more expensive pack, it also does have some additional features, including it's water resistant on its own. This is what the part that touches my body looks like. It has more of an airflow system than Mike's pack. Designed for women. One thing I really like about it is it has lots of different pouches. So because we're doing Amazing Race theme, these side pouches right here will be where we keep our important documents, just like on the Amazing Race. And then we also have our main packs. A big difference between mine and Mike's is honestly how many clips there are. So just like his, it has a snap that covers the top, and mine has more of an opening. His is a single zipper. Mine has some pouches here. I can put other things here, and then it opens up fully. These clips will help with the weight distribution, so his doesn't have these internal clips. Mine will be able to stick my items closer to my back, which will help with making it feel more close to my body and helping with the right weight distribution. And then mine also has, as does his, a little barrier here. He's removed his so he has more space, but in this barrier is the bottom pouch. Now in here, I imagine us putting our shoes so that they stay separated from the rest of our items. So mine included a rain guard, and also I've seen people actually, when they bring their backpacks on the train and stuff, they actually cover their pack with this just to keep it clean. So mine included that. Mike's did not. So his was 70 euros, but we also purchased an 8 euro rain cover for Mike's backpack. One thing is we also made sure to measure the frame. So we measured the frame from here to confirm that it would fit as a Ryanair paid carry-on, not the personal item, but it does 55 centimeters is the height limitation for Ryanair. Each of our bags, the frame is 55 centimeters, and almost every single backpack that we actually tried was 55 centimeters. So hopefully the Ryanair people are very exact on their measurements, and if so, we'll be able to easily bring it on. One thing that was also really important to us about buying these packs is that they are going to be long lasting. So I tried on a 30-liter pack. That was my second favorite, and Mike said, think about long term. If we go on a longer trip, will you realistically be able to keep all your stuff in that pack? And the answer honestly was no. Not to mention this was actually more comfortable, and it felt like, even though it's bigger, it felt like the weight distributed so much better that it felt lighter. You know, like the distribution made it feel like I wasn't carrying a lot of heavy stuff. But I'm really, really excited and happy with our purchases. If I can find these linked online on Decathlon's website, I will post them. But most of the stuff, when you're buying something like this, what I would recommend is going into the store, trying it out, and then you can go online if you want to pick different colors, maybe see some online sales. They do have some exclusive items on Decathlon's website, so it's possible we could even have gotten these for a more affordable price, but our trip is really soon, and I'm really happy with the packs we got. So the total cost of everything we got at Decathlon, including a Powerade that I already drank, was 300 euros. And that included 2 pairs of shorts for Mike, 3 shirts for Mike, 1 pair of shorts for me, 1 shirt for me, and our 2 packs. And that was about the budget that we gave ourselves for purchasing new items for this trip. So it is going to be a more expensive purchase for something in Portugal, but the quality, it feels so nice. And we'll obviously figure out just how good the quality is when we start to pack them up and use them. So one of the things that we originally intended to buy at Decathlon were new exercise shoes, running shoes, all-purpose trainers, because both of ours were destroyed, and actually mine were so narrow it was starting to cause foot pain for me. Instead of buying them, so here's the Asics I have for the trip, and they're also my new standard shoe. Instead of buying them at Decathlon at full price new, we actually purchased these on Vinted. I actually have seen some backpacking backpacks on Vinted as well. I didn't want to go that route because I really wanted to try them on and have more of a selection of how it fits on my body. But Vinted is another great option to find high quality used items, especially if you live in Europe. That's where I got my Asics. Mike also has Asics on the way. And I love these shoes. They're already dirty, not because of how used they were. They came in nearly perfect condition. They're dirty because I took the dogs to a construction site the other day. If you're buying used shoes, what I also have are stepper insoles in here. So I've worked with steppers in the past. This is the insole. These have been worn in my other shoes as well. But when you're buying used shoes, it doesn't really matter what the insoles are like because you can put your own in as long as the shoe themselves is in decent quality. I think these run for like around 60 to 80 euros new, and I paid 20 euros, and that included shipping, and they're in nearly new condition. So if you are on a budget or you're looking for upgrading your outdoor gear or any of your clothing really, then I highly recommend checking out Vinted first. And you can try the stuff on in the store and then buy it on Vinted. And you can find a lot of stuff for basically new quality. Again, they have backpacks on there too, but it's a little tricky if you're not so familiar with the different brands of backpacks, and I was not. And that's how we were able to kind of balance the budget for buying new shoes, buying new clothes, buying new packs. We did some new, some used, and I think that's the best way to prepare for a new trip. Mike and I are people who do not buy new things for our travels because we travel so often. I know some people before a trip, they go all out buying everything. We're not those people. We actually have not purchased new items like this in a very long time. We have our own line of clothes, so normally we buy from ourselves, make our own shirts and make our own clothing. Yeah, this time we wanted to get some different clothing, some more athletic gear, which is not the type of clothing that we carry at Live Music Threads. So it ended up working out pretty perfectly. I want to be transparent about the cost of this trip because on a trip like this where we're going to actually 4 different countries, a lot of times people will prepare for the trip, they book the trip, but then all these other incidentals like getting a backpack, getting new shoes, stuff like that, it adds a lot to the trip. So I'm trying to be more transparent, and I plan to be more transparent throughout our journey of the cost of travel, accommodation, everything. So far, this is a dream come true trip for us, and so far we're under budget, so that's exciting. Thanks for watching. We had an awesome day picking out all of these items. I hope it inspires you for your next trip or gives you a good idea about the kinds of things that you can buy at Decathlon and in Portugal in general for outdoorsy gear. Go ahead and subscribe to see more of our journey. Our trip is taking us from Lagos, Portugal by train to Faro. From Faro, Portugal, we're flying to Vienna. In Vienna, we are then going to hop on a train that takes us to Ljubljana, Slovenia. From Ljubljana, Slovenia, we then go to Lake Bled, where we're doing a lot of exciting outdoors adventures like canyoneering, kayaking, hiking, tobogganing. And then from there, we are going back to Ljubljana before getting on a bus to Zagreb, Croatia. From Zagreb, we go to Dubrovnik, Croatia. From Dubrovnik, Croatia, we go to Cologne, Germany. And then from Cologne, Germany, we have an extended layover there. We fly back to Faro, Portugal, and then home to Lagos. So this is going to be an amazing race style. What that means is we're going to be having clues. We're going to be doing tasks and activities that we have seen or were inspired by The Amazing Race, the TV show. They have visited all these places. Our adventures in Slovenia are based on the exact route that they did in The Amazing Race, as well as some of the activities that the show has highlighted in Switzerland and France. So we're super, super excited to do this. We're obsessed with The Amazing Race, and we're not on this show. Maybe someday we can be, but for now, we're gonna make being on The Amazing Race, we're gonna make it a reality for ourselves, and we're really, really excited to show you everything. In my personal life, like my friend group and our family members, we don't know a lot of people who've been to Slovenia, and it is so beautiful. I cannot wait to show you what we're going to get up to, and we're recording it all. So subscribe to follow along on our adventures. We have a couple other small things in between now and then. This is just the beginning of our Austria, Slovenia, Croatia, and Germany adventures. Until next time.